Hello, this is Michael from TradeWithoutEmotion.com. Wow, all I gotta say is what a wild week it's been in the market as a whole. In this video, we're going to take a look at Apple, AAPL, Apple Incorporated, trading on the NASDAQ. Our first chart that we're going to look at here is yearly weekly chart. I did a chart on this last week and I thought that the 146 area would hold quite well. But I think with the volatility of the market that's happened this week, that pretty much explains why that area did not hold. So let's take a look at this chart right here. As you can see, we have a really nice bottom at 115.44 way back in 2000, February, March. It seemed to be a real nice bottom. And today we had a low of 120.68, which really was quite nice. Unfortunately, we didn't completely formulate double bottom. However, we're working on it. I don't think it's going to go any lower. As we move in and look at the 3-month chart, we're going to see some revealing information from a technical analyst perspective that we probably wouldn't get any other way. So let's just quickly look at some of the factors that happened on this 1-year chart. Basically, all of our indicators are really in a downturn. However, I feel that they're going to really bounce up. Our momentum indicators are really oversold. Everything really, for the most part, is actually in an oversold position, and we're really primed to move up. So let's move on and take a look at our 3-month chart. Okay, this chart is, as I said, a 3-month chart set up with daily periods. Basically what we had, as I said before, I was calling bottom at 146 in this area right here. And unfortunately that didn't hold, and we had a considerable further drop, actually all the way down to 120.68. Which brings up an interesting point, because at TradeWithoutEmotion.com we market one of our most successful DVDs, and it's called The Bottom Breakout. Well, guess what? Apple has turned into one of these bottom breakout stocks that become easily traded, that you can make great profits from, and it's similar to the GE video that we did the other day. It involves the PPO line with the ADX, as you can see in this area right here. But first, let's take a look at some of the candlesticks and see what we got going on. I'm pretty excited about this chart at this point right now. This was definitely on my watch list. I do own shares in this stock, and I'm thrilled to death about it right now. So as you can see right here, we've got a nasty, nasty drop off. You know, I don't know what it was. I think there was some IMAX show or something like that that they do at Apple. I don't pay attention to the news, so I don't really care. You know, occasionally I'll read the newspaper. Anyhow, what did draw my attention to this chart was not only the fact that I had done a video on it that basically failed, but we did have what I call a bullish harami formation right here, which is really a big reversal. Basically what you have is very negative investor sentiment, and people are selling off. What you get here is, you know, a close down in this area. And what happens, something occurs during the middle of the night and we get a gap up open. And we get this bullish harami formation, which, as I said earlier, is a strong indication of a reversal pattern, because it shows that a bottom has developed and that investor sentiment has quickly changed. And as you can see, today what we had was a huge gap up to, it looks like about 43 bucks or something like that, and it came down a little bit. However, we had a really nice trading range. So I was able to actually get in this stock yesterday at about 128. I saw it coming down. I didn't catch exact bottom on this, but I was really playing this bottom here. As you can see from the last section where I showed the 1-year chart, we kind of had a bottom at about 115. However, I didn't think it was going to go there. You know, I was able to get in here, and then we had a huge gap up from about 135 to 140, 142. You know, you can't beat that. What we got right here is a nice doji. It's a small real body with some long wicks. It does give me some concern. However, like I said, this stock is now qualified as a bottom breakout stock. And one of the reasons that it qualifies as that is because of the ADX line here. This white line, as we show right here, is called our ADX. It basically does not show if a trend is bullish or bearish. What it does is it shows the strength of a trend. And the signal point comes when it crosses 40. And as you can see, we're currently right here at 41.44. We were heading up. Now it's like flattened out and topped off. The PPO is a percentage price oscillator, which is very similar to the MACD. And as you can see, we've rounded out and hit bottom, and we're starting to move up again. What we got when we do the bottom breakout is a convergence between these two indicators right here. And as you can see, the histogram bars are starting to turn up, so we have a basic impending signal crossover. So for the high risk takers, this is one of the points where you'd want to buy when the histogram starts getting smaller and moving up. If you're a more conservative trader, you would want to wait until signal line crosses the red line, and then you've got a buy signal. But being that this is Apple, I feel very safe with this stock, so I continue on with it. Let's take a look at some of the indicators that we have down here. We have really good volume. The volume's just been great. The last 4 days have been, above average, which is no surprise considering the market conditions. Here we have the MACD, which is very similar to the PPO above, but this gives an absolute value rather than a percentage value. Down here we have our full stochastic with our signal line crossover. So basically what I see from here is very oversold conditions. As you can see right here, our money flow index is way oversold. This is Apple, folks. Apple Computers, one of the hottest companies in the country right now. What are they selling? iPhones, iMacs, iThis, iRack. I don't know what they're doing, but this is just great. And to have a company like this oversold, I mean, this is a no-brainer right here. So we're definitely at bottom. With these conditions, this is a full-on buy signal for me. I went in, I hate to use the term load the boat, but I definitely did. Let's move up to our momentum indicator, which is our RSI 2, 5, and 14. We've got our confirmed buy signal with the orange line crossing the 50, which is the RSI 2, and the white line crossing the 30 line, coming out again out of oversold conditions right here. Very strong oversold conditions. Crossing the 30 line, this is nothing but a winner. We've got a 5% gain on a $140 stock trading on the NASDAQ. This is a big board stock. You can make some really good money in this. And I want to point out one thing about the ADX again before we leave here, is that what this ADX line points is that basically the real signal comes at a 40 because this is when the trend is very strong. However, in a bearish situation, I guarantee it, the trend is going to change at some point. And with that, in conjunction with these candlesticks down here, knowing that this trend's going to change, it's only got one way to go, and that's up. And using our money flow indicators down here, we also know that this stock cannot be any more oversold in the short term. So hopefully you guys will learn something from this video and make a lot of money in this. I think it's inevitable. I guess I should quickly point out that this right here is a nice resistance zone at 155. I would definitely, I'm going to be taking a lot of profit right here at 155, and it's going to match up where the EMA 31 comes and meets that. This is a dynamic line, however, it could change depending on market conditions. I think next week, depending on market conditions, we're going to really see some excellent profit potential here. I'll hold in this area, and if I sell a bunch, and I'll keep some, I'll definitely hold them up till about 180, or maybe just hold these long-term permanently. Anyhow, I hope you found this video informative. We sell many videos that detail how to trade without emotion and learn how to make the money in this volatile stock market. And hopefully you guys learned something. Like I said, trade without emotion. Have a great day.